In this video, I'm rolling with Steve again. Steve is a black belt at the Academy. I have 5 or 6 other rounds with him on my channel that I'll include. He's been a black belt at least a few years now, maybe longer. My only little advantage is I think I'm a little heavier than him, which is unusual because everybody at the gym is so big. So it kind of equals us out a little bit. It gives me a better chance with him than I would have if I was the same size, I think. So there I was looking to throw up my triangle. He knows about it. He's keeping my elbow off the floor. I do that as well. It prevents people from bridging, and you can also go into other attacks from there, arm bars. So here he's wrapping up my head. He's kind of seeing where I'd be if I'm in guillotine territory for him, I think. That's certainly in the same neighborhood there. You can see my washboard abs here. That's sarcasm. But I'm controlling one arm. I'm trying to stay calm. He's got an interesting wrap around my head there. Half Nelson. So I'm trying to come up, but not in a way that exerts a lot of energy. That's structurally inefficient. So again, he's thinking guillotine if I was to come up on my knees. So knowing that, I'm not coming up on my knees. He's trying to prevent my knees from coming back in. There, somebody turned on the lights, so I had to change the exposure. My apologies. So here he's got me in north-south. I'm making an A-frame with my hands and putting it under his chin and shrimping out. Or at least I'm trying to. I don't want to turn away from him. I don't really like playing from turtle. Even though sometimes that is the best answer. Such as when you get your guard pass, try to go to turtle instead of accepting the pass. So here I'm making really good frames. Again, he's keeping my elbow off the mat. As you can see, it really inhibits my movement. And it could lead to my arm being trapped and being armbarred. So he's got my arm off the mat, and I'm waiting for him to attack because there's not much I could do at that point. And off of that arm being pulled off the mat, he dropped to the north-south choke, and he did it with great detail that finished me instantly. So I thought that was cool. And now we're resetting. Yeah, the north-south choke is very popular in my school, popular with my teacher. He loves it. And my old teacher, Marcelo, also loved it. I'd like to think I have a good north-south choke. But better than that, I think I have a solid north-south pressure game from the top, or containment game. If I get to north-south, it's not going to be an easy day for my opponent. Not just in submissions, but in being pinned. So here I kind of have like almost like a knee on belly position. Now I'm bringing my knee, trying to bring my knee across his waistline to the other side to get to like a quarter mount or 3/4 mount. So there he brought in his knee shield. As you can see, I'm raising my right knee towards the ceiling and then looking to kick that hook off. But he did a great job in maintaining it. So now I'm back to like a pressure knee pass. Now I'm thinking about backstepping. But something was telling me that's what he was looking for, so I stuck with the knee slide, the knee cut. Again, I bring my knee back up towards the ceiling to try to clear the hooks. There I was fishing for a darce, but his defense, his arms, the way he kept everything super tight, I was still able to almost push my arm through. It's hard to stop with in-nogi. That's why you can't really stay in any one position, because somebody's going to slide their arm through and get a darce or an anaconda or a guillotine. These come much easier. So here again, I brought my knee to the other side. I'm looking to bring weight down, but he did a good job of pushing me out. So now I'm resetting the position, as I call it. I'm trying to back out and come up on my own terms. There he tried to come up on the single leg, and I went with my right arm to underhook him to prevent that. He wants to wrestle up at this point. That's why he's putting his feet underneath him so he can just stand up from there. I was able to threaten the guillotine enough to make him roll back to pop his head out of it. Here I'm trying to keep my hips heavy and grab his legs so I can flatten him out and pass his guard. There, if I would have got my right leg to step back without him hooking me with the left leg, I would have passed already. So there I'm trying to clear the left hook, in which he uses to sweep me almost. I was able to pop back up. If you watch our other rolls, we always have really good back and forths. So here I'm cupping I want to cup him, I want to cross face him, but his neck and the way he bends his head is so severe that the best I could get was my arm across his eyes, which is also a very effective position. Though I never really thought about it. So there I have it again. He's looking to underhook my leg and go into some type of deep half guard attack. And that's what my right cross face is preventing. As you can see, he's really committed with that left arm. So there he used it, and he was able to make space and get his knees back in. Again, we're 8.5 minutes in. I'm not breathing with my mouth open. I haven't been using a lot of energy, stepping on the gas, so to speak. I'm trying to be technical and incremental. So there I was able to clear his hook. Now I'm sitting on one leg. All I have to do is clear the top leg. Doing some wrist fighting on the other side. Again, trying to be incremental. So he's trying to keep that hook in. I'm trying to flatten it with my shoulder. There he let me grab his head, but then he took an inside clinch. So you always want the inside position. So there I cleared it. I reset the position, and I was able to do my, I don't know what it's called, a step by knee on stomach pass, knee on belly. It's like a no-handed Toriando almost. Or a quickly handed. So here I passed. I'm looking to establish a mount. He tried to bring his leg back in, and I was able to just repass. So again, I know he wants to get under my right leg. I don't want to see what type of game he can unleash from there. So I could tell by my arm positioning, I'm probably looking for an Americana here. He does a good job of keeping his hips off the mat. He just doesn't feel like somebody I'm able to hold down. So there I threatened like a BS toe hold. More as a distraction. Now I'm back to knee on belly. Again, not smashing, just doing enough to contain. Now my knee is next to his hip. So he could turn to his stomach if he wants. But he was able to get his half guard back. He's threatening my right arm. Oh, and that ends the round.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
So now, we always have a little post-round banter.
Yeah.
And he's actually telling me about how that crossface across the eyes was very effective. So again, watching these videos, you realize these little details. You may do them normally and you don't even know it. And it makes it easier to teach this going forward, to convey the knowledge we've accumulated.
Thank you. Thank you. You got that north-south choke.
Now we're talking a little bit about north-south choke details. And I've heard it's good to hang off the side like a flagpole. It allows you to sink your shoulder, which he's demonstrating right there. So he's basically telling me what I've learned as well. Because when he put the north-south choke on, I tapped in 1 second. It was super tight. Sometimes you have to squirm into it a little bit. But he had me dead to rights. And I enjoyed watching the setup. He was keeping my elbow off the floor, and then from that, he just slid his arm around my throat. So thank you for watching. I appreciate everyone. If you want to help support the channel, I have a merchandise store. I have a Buy Me a Coffee link. I appreciate everyone. And please like, share, and if you haven't already, subscribe.